Welcome back to your weekly dose of Apple leaks and news. It's been a fairly crazy week for Apple. Starting with titanium Apple Watches. That's actually happening. We've got ceramic incoming as well. The iPhone 11 Pro Max. Not sure if that's a new protein bar flavor or if that's actually Apple's naming for this year's iPhone. And the entire 2019 iPhone lineup has been detailed by a Foxconn employee with a lot of details we haven't heard about before. Also, giving away the AirPods that I did promise, so 4 lucky winners and owners of Gold Rush AirPods. Good luck. Anyways, let's start with that titanium Apple Watch. I got tremendously excited when I heard about this. In an earlier video, I speculated that an upcoming iPhone eventually, who knows when, will be made out of titanium. It's the ultimate material. Apple's trying to perfect the iPhone, and it only makes sense. So starting with the Apple Card, that was Apple's first venture into titanium on a mass scale. Now the new Apple Watch seemingly will be getting titanium as well. Actual assets have been found in iOS 13 Beta 7 by iHelpBR, and they detail just front and center right there, titanium Apple Watch in 44 millimeters. They found 40 millimeter sizing as well, confirming that the sizing is staying the same on the Apple Watch. Now, we can't conclusively say this is for the Series 5 Apple Watch, as the assets were found in relation to Series 4. The website itself is pointing out that this may not be for the Series 5. In fact, there's speculation that this year we may not even see a Series 5 Apple Watch. The Series 4 is already good. It's fast. I mean, it's amazing. The display, I really wasn't expecting this level of improvement from the Series 3. So Apple may just be sprucing up the body with some new materials, titanium. Oh, and of course there is ceramic there. Ming-Chi earlier did predict that ceramic Apple Watches would be happening, and this is further confirmation that yes, that's true. Whether or not it's for a Series 5 or Series 4, we don't know. And also, I'd love to see an anodized titanium version, so one that shimmers with colors, sort of a more high-tech version of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 color. I had Bro King render that up. It looks beautiful, and this is of course inspired by the Advent titanium case. Although the Series 5 may be happening, a new report by Ming-Chi is confirming Apple is ordering a huge amount of OLED displays from Japan Display, and he's speculating that this would be for the Series 5 Apple Watch. Now, I think if we do get a Series 5, at most it'll be some new materials, a processor bump on the inside, and then some new sensors, possibly sleep tracking. So it won't be a massive refresh like Series 4. We just had one of those. What more do you want out of a watch? The iPhone 11 Pro Max. The naming gets even longer. Now, I wouldn't put too much credence behind this leak, but a stock list from ESR Cases is showing us a new naming sequence for the biggest and best iPhone this year. Although I don't think that name sounds too bad. iPhone 11 Pro Max. The more I say it, the more it makes sense. Now, this is in accordance to the last leak we heard that the Pro naming would be making a comeback. This new naming sequence would go like this. The iPhone XR replacement would be the iPhone 11, the iPhone XS 5.8-inch model would be the iPhone 11 Pro, and then the biggest 6.5 would be the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So that way the Max moniker could stick around, and then both of the premium models would still be the Pro. I think it works. John Gruber and Ben Lovejoy from 9to5Mac, they both agree that this is the most logical way for Apple to separate the lineup. It's very similar to the iPhone Pro naming scheme. I think it works. And the iPhone 11 Pro Max will be gracing my pockets in just a few weeks. Other assets found in iOS 13 Beta 7 show a screen that's named Hold for Release, and it shows a September 10th release date, very likely meaning that Apple will be announcing the iPhone 11 Pro on September 10th. There was another one in there also with a September 23rd release date, which could possibly be a street date for iOS 13, putting it 2 weeks past the announcement date of the iPhone, which is a bit unusual. Usually they'll drop it just a few days later. We'll see about that one though. This year's display on an iPhone will apparently be the best ever. An industry report from South Korea is confirming that the Galaxy Note 10 display, the same type, will be used on this year's iPhone. Usually Apple uses a slightly modified version. Apparently this time it's so good, as DisplayMate put it, it's simply the best display ever made currently on a smartphone. Apple decided to use the same one. And that makes me excited, knowing that they're still improving the display before micro LED. If only Apple could get behind this color as well. I'd like to see them copy this on the new iPhone. Although from what we hear, the Apple logo will have a similar but more subtle reflective finish. Take this next report with a healthy dose of skepticism. A user on a Chinese forum, who's apparently a Foxconn employee and has had hands-on time with the iPhone 11, has decided to lay it all out after recently quitting and gives us a lot of key details that we haven't heard before about the iPhone 11. They directly contradict what we've heard before, and to me that makes it seem either more likely that this is fake. First thing that he says is that the iPhone 11 will be coming in a new color. This is for the Pro series, not the cheaper one. He equates it to a dark green similar to the Sony Z5. So we've prepped some renders with that in mind, and it doesn't look that good. I did not like it when I first saw it. What we know is that the Pro series will have a matte back, and that green color almost looks like a camo. There's a different version that's more reflective, inspired by Apple iDesigner, and I think that one looks way better. I just don't know if a matte sheen would look good on it. This new green color also directly contradicts that product red glass we've seen, so either green or red, but Apple is doing something with the colors on this year's iPhone. Now what's interesting is he says the Apple logo is the only branding to remain on the back of the iPhone. On the bottom, the iPhone text will be gone. This is something that to me seems sort of believable. As I look back on the older iPhones, I realize Apple has been chipping away at the branding for the longest time. First, they had that storage logo, that's gone. Then the FCC labels, they got rid of those. Then we had the S label on the 6S, they got rid of that, no more of those on the S models. Then they got rid of the Design in California text, and now the last one is the iPhone text. That's going to be gone too apparently on this year's iPhone. The camera is to remain 12 megapixels, but there will be aggressive changes inside. The actual lens will have a coating on the inside that will be different from the back glass, but will be the same color. 3D Touch has indeed been canceled, leading to a thinner display component, not necessarily a thinner phone. According to the part numbers, Face ID, the module itself, is staying the same size, which leads me to believe that Face ID being twice as fast or as fast as second-gen Touch ID wouldn't be true if that was the case unless they achieved some insane software improvements. Also reported is that there won't be any change in storage, meaning Max Weinbach's report that base storage would start at 128 gigabytes would be false. A larger battery at 3,969 milliamps, over 20% larger than the iPhone XS Max. That's amazing to hear, larger than the earlier leaks suggested. And apparently no changes to the charger inside the box. It'll be the same 5-volt charger, not the 18-watt one from the iPads, which directly contradicts several sources. Most recently, Charger Lab has suggested, yes, USB-C to Lightning cable will be happening in the box. This is coming from a high-level representative, near confirmed, according to them. And this report is saying, no, Apple is sticking with the old setup. I just don't believe it. And they confirm an iPhone SE 2 will not be happening this year. That's true. From what we've heard, it'll be a 2020 release. The report also confirms what we've already heard a million times over. Triple lens is happening. Stacked logic board is happening this year as well. And no USB-C. It'll still be Lightning. And regarding that, something I wanted to talk about is that this is going to be the iPhone's last year on Lightning. The iPhone deserves USB-C. It would justify the Pro naming, USB-C and a ProMotion display, and of course Apple stylus support. Although what comes after USB-C? We've heard already about the patent that Apple has regarding MagSafe. Future iPhones could have a MagSafe connector, and then eventually there will be no connector. All wireless, just drop it on, hopefully AirPower at that time, and transfer your data that way. The reliability will be so good you won't need a port for servicing, and hopefully charging will be way more convenient by then too. And according to a recent patent, Apple is still working on a wireless charger solution. Yes, they failed with AirPower, but the patent details a new system where a wireless charger would snap in with the back of the iPhone using magnets. Apple already has a very similar system on the Apple Watch. Now they'd be bringing this solution over to the iPhone. Unknown when this could happen. Again, it is still a patent, but it's good to know that Apple is still working on a wireless charger, and eventually we may see one. If I was them, I mean, a simple little small wireless charger with the AirPower animations, let those live. I really like those. And just a bedside little charger, why not? Also wanted to mention the history that has happened before our eyes in the last couple of days. The iOS 12.4 jailbreak was a complete blunder by Apple. They forgot to put the exploit into the latest version, and as a result, we have our first publicly signed jailbreak in years. Usually we're jailbreaking a firmware that you can't get to. Really, that should not have happened, and I don't know if we'll ever see something like that happen in our lifetime again. All right, let's get to those lucky gold AirPod winners. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll have more for you soon. Peace. Gold AirPods incoming to some lucky winners. First one's gold AirPods 2 with the wireless charging case off of Instagram. The first winner that was drawn was David _S___S. And for the non-wirelessly charging AirPods, we got Gary. So I'll be reaching out to you guys. And for YouTube, we got a random comment picker right here. Already generated. Let's go ahead and pick a winner. 1, 2, 3. Muhammad Muamir, good luck for your future, bro. And I'll be reaching out to you. So in your bio, put your Instagram or an email address. Oh, we have it. All right. And another one. Sir Sater, drip alert. All right. You are the winner. So if you don't have anything in your bio, I need some way to reach you in here. Thanks for participating. See you on the next one.